These are the Brum Tech Scene interviews, and I'm Stuart Langridge, and I'm here talking to Jess Rose. Hello, Jess.
Hey, thanks for coming over.
So, you've been doing an awful lot of stuff around the city for someone who's not actually a native. Talk to me about a lot of the stuff that you're involved with.
So I moved out here about 2 years ago and started working in sales and marketing in the tech scene, and quickly realized that I really wanted to be able to program too. I wanted to be able to make something. So started Birmingham Open Code a couple months back, and this is sort of an open collaborative study space. And it's language agnostic, so people using any kind of programming language can come along, work on their own projects, and get help from other people there. And the thing I've really enjoyed is that it's all levels. We've got people who are very, very hardcore professional programmers. We've got people who have never tried anything before and want advice on getting started. And we've got sort of folks like me in the middle.
Okay, so your intention here is just to give people a sense of belonging, almost, somewhere that they can work on their things, get some help, or give some help.
It was actually really selfish. So I mostly started it because I wanted someplace I could ask stupid questions. And thought that it might be that other people wanted a place where they could ask silly questions as well.
Well, enlightened self-interest is the kind of thing this is for. And how successful are you being so far? Do you anticipate it growing hugely? Is it already pretty big?
We hold it weekly, so it's once a week at a pub. Don't tell the pub, but I'm kind of thinking of moving it someplace that's a little bit more inclusive, just because we've got members who would prefer not to be around alcohol.
Right, yeah, and you also open up to under 18s.
Yeah.
At that point as well.
So we've got because it's weekly, we've got a sort of drop in, drop out attitude. So sometimes we'll have 15, 20 people, and
right.
Sometimes it'll just be a couple. It looks like the formula is going to start to be replicated a bit. So Litchfield Library is going to be doing an event modeled on the same format.
Okay.
And just had someone get in touch from a place I can't pronounce in Sweden, looking to replicate the format at a library out there.
Right, and this fits in with the Code Club's initiative, so as similar kind of...
I think it's a little bit different. They're doing something incredibly amazing. If you guys aren't looking at Code Club yet, I'd really recommend checking them out and volunteering if you have time. And they're really focused on teaching. So they're in primary schools with a volunteer 1 day a week teaching to 3rd and 4th graders.
Okay. And I know Open Code is not the only thing you do. You're involved in some other stuff. Do you want to talk about some of the other?
Oh yeah. So I also do a women's programming group that's open to anybody who identifies as female who's able to get out here to the West Midlands. And we do that about once a month. And that tends to be a lot more varied just because we've got a smaller, more regular group. So we've done talks, we've done just recently a dinner social, and I think we're going to be going out to the robotics center at the University of Birmingham soon to check out one of our members' projects.
Okay, and that's called?
That would be Ladies Who Code Birmingham.
Excellent. Okay. Another question I had for you. Who do you think we should interview? Who else would you like to see?
I'd really like to see an interview with Susanna Go. She's always working on really exciting stuff when I chat to her, and she really acts as a really, really useful go-between between sort of the things that are happening in academia and the universities and the wider tech scene. And she's pretty funny.
Fabulous. And one final question. What's your favourite biscuit?
I'm probably going to go with Jaffa Cakes, even though I'm aware that they're not technically biscuits.
They are technically a cake, sadly.
Yeah.
But
they're in the biscuit aisle. I'm going to stick with that answer.
You're fine with that. Jaffa Cakes are a perfectly good answer. Okay, so thank you very much, Jess Rose.
Cool. Thanks for having me.